Welcome back everybody for another Conan Exiles news update video with Steveo. Today we are going to be going over the recently deployed update 32 that just hit Steam Wednesday, I do believe, and going over everything that came with it, going over the patch notes, going over all the problems that it may have had when it first came out, which it had a problem when it launched yesterday, but we'll get into all that a little later on in the video. First thing we're going to go over in this update video is the Conan Exiles newsletter for the week. Now, for the past couple months, community manager Jens Erik has been doing these, and he's been doing a fantastic job on these, keeping the community involved every week of the development process since they started these newsletters 2 months ago. Alright, here we go. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Bah, humbug. So, it starts out with if you guys don't already know and haven't seen my video already, they have came out with an official release date for Conan Exiles across all 3 platforms. And if you haven't seen my video for that, I'll put the link at the top of the screen right about now. Just click on that and take you watch that, then come back over and finish watching the video. Or you can go to this website right here that has their community blog on it, and as you see right here, they do have their official launch trailer right here. The launch date is set for May 8th of 2018. And that is across all 3 platforms. Unfortunately, PlayStation 4 will not be getting an early access game preview trial. So sorry PS4 guys, you guys are going to have to wait until May 8th until the full retail launch. It sucks, I know it does. A lot of you guys are going to be upset with it, but it'll be definitely worth the wait. Friday was Joel's last dev stream before the Christmas break, as he's traveling to Australia to spend time with his family. I think he said he hadn't seen in 5 years. He's not completely off the hook though, as he will be doing some writing work while he is over there. And then they have the link right here for their dev stream for when they were spotlighting the update 32 and all the things that it's bringing to the game. Also a little piece of knowledge right here. All of the item descriptions in Conan Exiles, if you combine the word count totally, it is about the same text length as the first Lord of the Rings novel. And that's pretty impressive to see that much in item descriptions alone in a video game. Congratulations, Joel, on that. You are really dedicated, my friend. Alright, now we're starting out with the current state of the PC. Since releasing Update 31, we've been hard at work on Update 32, which was released on Wednesday. This update adds the weapon, tool, and armor modification system, new dynamic weather, 2 new armor sets, Zamarian and Aquilion, new thrall capturing tools, new weapons, new building pieces, ladders guys, ladders and hatch frames. Even though we have climbing, people have been asking for that, and it has been added in now with this PC update, which will later trickle down the line for Xbox. Sadly, it will not be before 2018. I'll get into that a little bit later. And the other thing that has been widely requested for a while, just about as much as text chat in the Xbox servers, is the sickle. Lets you harvest a metric ton of plant fiber. I've seen them demonstrating this in the developer stream on Friday last week, and thank God. It was horrible. When the Frozen North first launched on early access and in game preview with Xbox One, it was horrible being up north gathering fiber. It was a nightmare. It was in one of my first emails that I sent out asking if the rates were supposed to be that low or what, if they were ever going to add a sickle. Now we finally got it. I told you there were some hiccups and stuff. Within the first 2 hours of the patch rolling out, we started getting reports from players saying their vaults and altars had disappeared, much like when they did the wipes on the servers and purged when updating to 31 because of all the duplication glitches and everything that had happened. This obviously wasn't intended. We did a bit of sleuthing and found that the item purge script had made its way into the build we rolled out for Update 32, causing altars and vaults to go poof. We don't know why this happened, but we are working on figuring it out so it doesn't happen again. But don't worry everybody, it did get fixed. They did put up a status, they did rollbacks to get everybody their stuff back. So it did get fixed, and it will be fixed now that they've seen it happen on PC first. So surely it will not roll out with the Xbox parity patch when we get that in 2018, when everybody's back from Christmas break. But they go on to say all of our patches go through testing before they go live. The item purge is set to activate when it finds the official tag in the server setup. The reason they didn't see this before they put it to live is because Test Live is not an official server, so it did not see the official tag, as you'll see if you read on while I was talking. Official test server, however, is not tagged as an official server, so the script did not activate on the test servers. Fortunately, we were able to catch this quickly and implemented a rollback on the official servers to restore people's progress. Please remember to report server issues, bugs, and feedback to us on social media, Twitter, our Steam forums, or on our subreddit. Update 32 will be the last content patch. Not the last hotfix or anything like that, but content update we will release before Christmas. If need be, there will be hotfixes and take care of whatever issues may linger after we patch. We want to leave you with a stable and fun game for the Christmas break. After all, the next content update will be released once we're in 2018. That was the PC current state. Now, Xbox users. Current Xbox version of Conan Exiles was on sale this weekend for 50% off. This was anticipated. Yes, and there was a little bit of trouble with this too. Apparently the Microsoft Store had some technical issues which caused the sale not to start when it was initially supposed to on Friday. It in fact didn't start until Saturday. So instead of 3 days or 2.5 days of this sale running, it only ran for 2 days. This was in anticipation of the game price change that was going to happen on Monday for pre-retail orders. We hope you were able to secure a digital copy of the game when it was on sale. If you've already purchased Conan Exiles during the game preview period, you won't have to pay for it again once the full version has been released. Now let's go over this one more time. If you have purchased a digital copy of the game Conan Exiles while it was in game preview period, you do not have to pay for it again once the full version has released. Do I need to say it again? Any stragglers? Alright, because this is something that gets asked thousands of times. Alright, moving on from that. For Xbox, we are looking at getting a hotfix / bug fix patch out before Christmas to take care of some of the issues we mentioned last week, like avatar tokens not being craftable. Once again, this update 32 will not be coming to Xbox before the Christmas break, before the end of 2017. It would be nice if something happened and it got there, but they're going ahead and saying it's not going to happen until after 2017, after everything's done with Christmas breaks and everybody's back in the offices at Microsoft, at Funcom, on the Conan Exiles development team. It's not going to happen. If it does, hey, Merry Christmas to us, right? But they're not getting our hopes up. What the teams have been working on the past week. So, if you don't know, every week on Friday, everybody involved in Conan Exiles has a meeting to tell what they've been working on, what they've accomplished, and what they still have to work on. And this has been happening for a while now. And Jens Erik reports on everything that they've said they've accomplished, what they're working on, and what they still have to work on. He's been reporting on it since they've started this newsletter. So they're broken up into teams. The Vanguard is the one who are responsible for fixing bugs and creating improvements to things like UI and gameplay systems. They've been revamping the user interface, creating a new clan screen and attribute screen, and making sure that Update 32 is stable and working properly. You've already seen the new attribute screen in the developer stream, and we'll show you the new full one once it's ready to be revealed. And if you don't know the new attributes AI, there are going to be perks that go along with your attributes, so they had to create a completely different GUI for that. The Berserkers are the ones who are the animators. They improve the animations and character movements. On the combat revamp side, they've been focusing especially hard on the hit confirmation. So basically your hitboxes, making sure that when you swing it looks like you're actually hitting them and not your character is hitting over to the side of the person and it's that counting as a hit. They've also been finishing up their work on target locking because we want players to actually hit what they want to hit rather than flailing around like a crazy person. I must have missed that line the first time. Over on the animation side, we finally gotten our new motion capture room set up in the basement. All the combat animations have been motion captured and work is moving steadily forward. We can't wait to show you what we've been working on. Terraformers, which are the guys who work and see what they can do, what they can break down and make stream more smoothly in the game so that you can get more FPS and the game runs smoother for you. Two of our designers from the Terraformers team have started prototyping and testing ways we can improve how the game loads and streams in assets. If the experimentation works, we should be able to save on memory when the game is running, creating a much smoother gaming experience for everyone. Next is art. Ooh, this one I really like. We've had a graphical issue in our game for a while now where the light would glow through the hair when you were standing near a light source. It doesn't look great. From our character artist is that the Unreal Engine shader coding and Z buffer would brain fart, giving the hair a natural glow. I thought it was just to say, hey, I'm better than you, I'm godlike, look at my glowing aura. But I guess it wasn't supposed to be there. No, we all know it wasn't supposed to be there. Thankfully, it has been fixed. So right here is what we was having for the longest time. I'm pretty sure almost the entire time that I've played the game, we've had glowing hair no matter what color the hair was. Now you've got this. I mean, you can see a major difference right here. So good job, character designs, art team, since you don't have a name for your group, just called art. Next, the tech team. On the technical side of things, work has been progressing and adding voice chat to the Xbox One version. Nice, but still not text chat. We want text chat. I speak for, I guarantee, 95% of the Xbox community. We want text chat for Conan Exiles. Official servers are so much better when we can do it, and not everybody likes to talk to everybody verbally. They feel better doing it through text, unless they're in a role-playing server. Let's not get started on that, because that is the one downfall I have with Conan Exiles on the Xbox One right now. No text chat. They've gotten it working on our development builds, but we need to put it through its paces before we can roll it out. We are able to hear each other at least. Really? Really? You can hear each other? I guess you can sit there and talk to each other and then use your character emotes and your joysticks and everything to nod or not, but still, text chat, guys. We want text chat. Secondly, they've been testing steps for dedicated server options on PlayStation 4. They've almost gotten it to work, which means they're able to connect to it. Haven't gotten it to run around and really test the server yet. So it sounds like the basic startup issues that Xbox One had, they're having with PlayStation 4. Now, that's not saying I know what I'm talking about, but that's just what it reminds me of when I hear that. Is our initial launch on Xbox One was pretty bad, but it got better. Since launch, we've been getting a lot of questions from console players regarding the nudity. So, you guys with the PEGI ratings, wondering where your nudity is, if you're going to get it, right here is what you want to listen to. Unfortunately, us American people, we don't get it, because I guess the ESRB gets butthurt too easily if we got more than boobs showing. When we first launched in the Xbox Game Preview, the idea was to release a nudity patch that players in certain territories could download for free to unlock the full nudity option. Other players would be limited to partial nudity. Like I just said, European territories would have nudity, while us American saps don't get to have it. Said nudity patch has been unavailable since launch due to the last minute issues with the Xbox Store. All territories have therefore been limited to partial nudity. Microsoft was investigating a solution to the issue and have come up with something that will allow us to roll out full nudity on consoles where the game rating allows for it. Full nudity will be made available on consoles on launch day, May 8th. We'll have more information on how players will be able to access full nudity option on launch day. And our last thing before ending this newsletter, our external QA partner Testronic are running a stress test on Conan Exiles this weekend to collect data and find more bugs for us. We wish them good fortune out in the Exiled lines and hope that they don't run into too many hungry hyenas. Good luck, Testronic. That's all I've got for you. Remember your non-fiber bed rails. Use the hide ones. Update 32. Update 32, weapon and armor modifications, new weather system, tools, armors, and weapons. This is what PC has received and what we have to look forward to Xbox Exiles. So, under new content, weapon, tool, and armor modifications, introducing the modification system, you can now improve your weapon, tools, and armor with a host of modification using kits. They can be used to improve certain aspects such as increasing damage on a sword or improve harvesting on a tool. So basically, you can use these kits to add certain things to your weapons / tools. You can make your hatchet harvest more wood. You can make your sword do stamina damage to your opponent that you're hitting. Things like that. Moving on to the weather system. Only available in the north so far, the system allows for more dynamic changes in rain, snow, wind, and fog. Rain now puddles on the ground, but beware. If the weather grows severe enough, a thunderstorm might come. That sounds pretty cool. It's nice that the actual terrain goes with it and actually starts putting puddles on the ground. That's pretty cool. Can't wait to see it on Xbox. New armor sets. This includes the Aquilion armor, which is a medium classification of armor. The Zamorian, which is a cloth one because the Zamorians were like assassins / thief type of race, so they have to have the lighter clothing. Both include very good stats to their tier and will give attribute boost once the new perk system is implemented. Improved thrall capturing tools. This patch adds iron and steel truncheons for knocking out thralls and higher tier bindings, rawhide leather, and chain for dragging them longer distances. Seen in the development stream, they look pretty cool looking. The only thing is they hadn't updated the skinning of the fiber bindings, so we'll have to wait to see what those look like. But the new style truncheons did look pretty cool, look pretty badass if you ask me. New weapons. So some of the new weapons that were included into the update 32 were the Acheronian weapons, 2 new axes, and a studded mace, and a corset. Yeah, pole weapon. That works. That rolls off the tongue easier, and I don't have to sit here and try to figure out what's silent in that word. But a pole weapon. As you can see right here, 2 new axes, a mace. See the pole arms right here? These look pretty cool. I wonder if these are going to be better than the trident. New building pieces. This is what I love. I'm a PvE player. I love building pieces, so this is my piece of resistance right here. Ladders can now be built. Other pieces include inverted sloping walls, hatch frames, and hatches. So even though we have climbing in the game, we're going to have ladders now and hatch frames that connect with the ladders. Even though we have climbing, but whatever. It's still a good add though. Here are your new tools that are going to be added. So in the development stream, they were talking about they're starting to dissect their harvesting system and separate it a little bit more. If you remember from Ark Survival Evolved, if you ever played it, if you wanted more meat from a dino, you would use a pick. If you wanted hide, you would use a hatchet. Now, to get more hide from an animal in Conan Exiles, you use the dagger, which that was already there and kind of implemented before, but now it's been more emphasized on use the dagger if you want more hide. And now you have the cleavers for more meat, and you have different tiers of cleavers. You have 3 different tiers of cleavers. So the higher the tier, the more meat you're going to harvest off of an animal. Then you have 3 different tiers of sickles, and these just look amazing just from the artwork. Can't wait to get this on Xbox. Then last, you have the 2 newly added truncheon styles, and this one just looks like nobody would be getting back up, and if they did, they would be submissive from the without being put in the wheel of pain, just because they wouldn't want to get hit in the head with this again. Alright, new placeables. New items include weapon racks, folded screens, papyrus scrolls, and more. A lot of this is for you role players out there, for your roleplay servers. Patch notes for thralls. Thralls will remain in combat and keep attacking after teleporting to the player while in combat. It's no longer possible to equip a thrall with a 2-handed weapon with an offhand item. The thrall character sheet will now update correctly when items are replaced in the equipment slots Placeable thralls that are converted no longer come out with a different skin color than they originally began with. That's really breaking their will when you change their ethnicity. Taking armor off thralls will no longer result in a glitch where they retain armor stats after server restart. So it looks like another exploit that was fixed. Gameplay fixes. Jumping into the water should not give you frostbite. The health regen buff should now work as intended. Fence foundations can no longer be placed inside other foundation pieces to give non-diminishing stability. Fix the case where your character could not perform actions after an avatar summon. Avatar of Mitra should now work properly after attacking. It should now be possible to ban users with the same name as the admin's name. A message now appears on projectiles that can be picked up. Will of Pain and Greater Will of Pain now take damage with regular weapons. Making a clan should now give the message clan created as intended. Drinking from water wells now correctly fills thirst meter. Shields take durability damage from other players again as intended. Fix the case where it is impossible to place items down in the highlands. Foundations will no longer disappear when a player logs off away from base in single player. Panthers are once again harvestable. Toggling wheeled and unwheeled during a dodge roll no longer makes equipped items disappear. Fix the case where it was possible to duplicate inventory items. Another glitch looks like it was fixed. Good job. Sewer boss in the dregs correctly attacks you when your character uses ranged weapons. Fixed an instance where any remaining die in your die window would be unusable. Avatar of Ymir should no longer be detached from the camera. So that is all I'm going to go off of this. I just wanted to basically give you all a brief idea of what to expect on Xbox and what has happened to the PC version so far. But that is it on the patch notes. The next thing is a couple of things. Just this, it's just this right here. Basically what I said earlier. There won't be an Xbox parity patch before 2018. But they are going to be working on the two side by side of what we don't have right now and then the next one for PC at the same time, so that we are actually caught up when they deliver the next parity patch. We will be right there with PC. We won't be behind at all. So there we go with that. One thing that I caught my eye the other day that would be very, very interesting, I think, and awesome, was I was going through the tweets and I seen this one guy right here, Gr8, commented saying, "Stoked to have this gain more notoriety. It's got the ground laid for a pretty legendary game. Definitely worth checking out." And then Conan Exiles came back, "Hey, thanks. Glad to hear you're having fun with it." And then Cameron came back again. "Definitely love the game. You guys have been doing great at keeping up with the fixes rather than dropping content to please people. Thank you." Somebody else sees it the way I do. "As it gets closer, I'll be streaming Conan Exiles quite a bit, so you'll be hearing from me more. We'd love to have you on one of our dev streams if you're interested." And then it got cut off down here at the bottom, but he said he's down with that idea. So you guys may be like, "Well, why would that be so good of a stream, blah blah blah." For you guys that don't know who Gr8 is, right here is Gr8. You may recognize him because he played in a few movies. He played in Twilight. If I'm not mistaken, he was Jane's brother in Twilight with Volturi. He played in X-Men. He played in Ultraviolet. He played in Running Scared and other movies. I think it would be good for the game. And just to have another streamer on their development stream, I'm always for that. That's promoting within the community. So I think this would be an awesome idea, and it is possible. I'm just waiting to see when this is going to happen. And the last thing I want to say to you guys today, that is all I have on Conan updates right now. What I'm going to say now is thank you guys. Look right here. I am at almost 5,000 views. That is immensely huge for me to see. And 58 subs. I am almost to 60 subs. And I've been gone for 2 months now, and I come back and I see this. I see that you guys there's still people watching the videos, still commenting on the videos. I'm just blown away that 5,000 views have been put on my channel, on my stuff. So with that said, I do have plans once I hit 100 subscribers to do the normal quote Q&A video for you guys if you want it, but that's when I hit 100 subs. Also, if you guys are interested, I have been putting this off for some time now, but I figured I'd go ahead and throw it out there to you guys to see if you guys like the idea of it or what have you. So I have been working on a Discord for a while now, just off and on, and now I think I'll just put it out there for you guys if you guys want to join it to see what I'm doing, just to hang out with each other, you know, whatever you want. Just remember, it is still a work in progress. I will be taking a lot more of an in-depth look at this to try to get it set up and more professional like for you guys, but I am opening up to you guys right now. If you want to join it, I'll have the link for it down in the description. You guys click it, join it, and just talk amongst yourselves, have fun. I have it on my phone so I can respond anytime. So whatever you guys want, the option is there for you guys. But with that said, that is all I've got for this video. It is running pretty long right now, so I'm going to cut out right here. You guys are amazing, awesome, and if you enjoyed this video, just go down there and destroy that subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next video.